Good evening.
Good evening.
So Jeff, what'd you think of that meeting this afternoon? You're muted.
Well, we learned more than we knew before. They're starting to develop. I kind of expected they would have developed a little bit further. But we're getting there slowly.
So Frank, we had a,
I thought we spent way too much time talking about a fire truck turnaround.
yeah. Well, it's interesting. The chief doesn't know too much about his trucks.
He's only been the chief for about 6 months.
Ah, okay. Frank, the library building committee had a design subcommittee meeting today, which lasted 2.5 hours. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Hopefully ours won't be that long.
I don't think so.
Can't. Well, there's a 7 o'clock meeting, so I'm sure she's gonna need the.
Right.
Yeah, it does. Did you guys get a copy of the drawings and specs for the roof?
No.
Becky didn't forward them to you?
Oh. Now I'm not.
Yeah, she sent it, but I don't, that night, I didn't get anything.
Like about a week ago?
Now I have to, I sort of vaguely remember something coming and then I did not look at it.
Oh, okay. Because the
Hello?
90% submission came.
Yeah. I sent it out to you guys, right? No?
That's what we're talking about.
You might
Doesn't
have, but
sound
I
like it.
think that,
Okay. All right, I will do that right now. So Jeff, did they send direct to you? Because they already had your name?
Yeah, they've been sending stuff direct to me because I've been paying the butt.
Okay, good. Okay, so.
we have a quorum, so maybe I'll open the meeting. It's 5:32. Hopefully Steve will show up at some point. So we can start by reviewing the minutes. Everybody had a chance to look at them.
Yeah.
I added a few things. Do you see what I added, Frank?
Yeah, I actually watched you do it. It's very good that way. Yeah, I had pulled it up and I forgot about the door, so
Okay,
that works.
okay. Well, and then the back wall.
Yep.
Which Becky's concerned about. Okay.
So does that mean we're gonna get revised minutes?
No, if you read them now, they're the whole thing. It's a live thing, so if you brought it up, the link I gave you is already revised.
Oh, okay,
It's living and breathing, Jeff.
okay.
Well, if no one has any other comments, do I hear a motion to accept the minutes?
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes, even though I haven't read them.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call vote.
McGinn, aye.
Cook eye.
Quackenbush, aye.
Almus, aye. Okay, have we received any estimates for the windows or that roof at the DPW? Jeff?
Becky, that's you.
Oh,
You were gonna talk to him last?
I did. I talked to him on the 20th and I think it was that after our last meeting? I don't know. But I talked to him. He said, I sent him the prevailing wage information, which he said he needed to plug in to get us the estimates. And I originally was hoping he had sent them to you, Jeff. Because that was 10 days ago, he got the prevailing wage stuff and I checked and I don't see them. I emailed him again before the meeting when I didn't see them.
Okay,
So
I haven't received anything.
do we have a cell phone for him?
Cell phone number?
Yeah. Do you have one?
Not on me. I've got one downstairs.
Okay. Um. Okay, I emailed him. If he doesn't respond, I don't know what else to do.
So moving on,
I'll
discuss,
try to call him on Friday.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
so we can discuss the select board's response to our presentation of the inspection report form and the inspection of the MN Spear Library. Their basic response was they liked it, they thought it was good, they liked the colors. And then Rita asked about whether or not we'd be able to provide estimates. And yeah, that was the response. But it occurred to me that, you know, there are certain things that we will identify that are, say, expensive and will definitely need to go through the 3 contractors' estimates. But then there are things, you know, that, in my opinion, are fairly minor, but say important to do. And that might be something that a handyman could do at a pretty reasonable cost or a very low cost. And given that we have, I'll refer to it, Becky, as a slush fund, it would seem to make sense there would be some small projects that could be done without getting 3 estimates. Am I right or wrong on that? You know, like if it's a $500 or $1,000, do we need to get 3 estimates for something like that?
best practice is to solicit. Doesn't mean you have to get them.
You don't have to get 3 estimates. You just have to ask 3 people.
Yep,
Okay,
So technically, as an example, for the windows, the town hall, we don't really need the second number legally.
right.
okay, well, when I went back last week to look at a few things that I hadn't looked at closely at the Spear Library, one of the things that I noticed was, you know, how there's on the ramp going up to the entry at the back, there are guardrails on each side. And the guardrails are embedded in the concrete ramp. So, you know, they drilled oversized holes, they set the railing post, and I don't know what that product is that they use. I don't know if it's cementitious, but they fill around the railing post. Well, as seems to be typically done, there's maybe 1 inch to 2 inches of depth, if you will, around the railing post. So if the concrete is at this height and the post is going in, then the actual level of the fill material is here. So every time it rains or snows, water sits in there. And if you looked at the railing posts, they're all rusting at the base. And, you know, from my experience as a home inspector, I saw a lot of railing posts that were rusted through or near rusted through at that location because they didn't then fill that void. So that's something that, in my opinion, would be very inexpensive to have somebody take care of, but important because if it just gets ignored, at some point, the railing posts are going to start to rust away. And then you've got a much bigger, much more expensive project. So 2 things come to my mind. One, do we need to have a high priority needs estimates or, you know, major item and high priority minor item? Because something like that is minor to do, but long-term could have become a big expense. So, again, to help the select board determine what to do, I'm wondering if we need to essentially add another category or have two possibilities for high priority.
Just catch me if I'm wrong. Isn't that something that you'd fill up with a little sand and then,
Sand mix.
or no, or just you fill it up with sand and add a rubber self-leveling caulking in that thing, it would seal it and it'd move it with all the other stuff. A lot of things, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Becky, that there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers around town that like to do little things, and that could be something like, we could do that, and they would just pay them for materials. Is that correct? Like like how the policeman fixed the door, that's an example of a do-it-yourself.
Yeah, that is an example, but that was on his own initiative and then he let me know.
Okay.
So you were just saying that there's probably people around that might just fix things without getting paid?
I thought you in the past had mentioned different people coming in and doing different things. I don't know, just
Yeah,
that's.
I have, Frank, over time, I've made sure to set it up, so I have some people I can call on, but I do pay them their hourly rate.
Okay,
But
So-
their hourly rate's been like $25 or $35 an hour, so they're clearly not.
right. Okay. Handyman hours, okay.
So Stephen, I'm a little confused as to what you're wanting us asking. So you want to create another column that,
Not a column, but maybe, within our priority, our action levels. Right now, if you click on priority high, that gets the red shading. And something could be priority high and costly. And then something could be priority high, but we'll just say inexpensive. And should we have some kind of separation between this kind of repair and say rebuilding the chimney, or whatever rebuilding of the chimney needs to be done in the attic of the library?
and then what would happen with this information?
Well, my thought is that it might be easier to have these minor things taken care of.
By whom? Well, I'm not understanding what the select board then is going to do with that information, I guess. Aren't they just going to turn around to us and say, go get it fixed?
Well, one possibility,
That didn't go to the select board.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
I was just saying that it didn't sound like that. Why is it going to the select board?
well, my understanding was that the select board wanted the inventory of buildings so that they could then make decisions about what to pursue. Am I correct? In terms of care of the buildings?
They just want to be sure that we start to have a system that looks at everything.
Okay.
Because up until now, the concept of an inventory of town buildings and their main systems and stuff was put to the building committee like 14 years ago or a dozen years ago, and they were not able to pull it together. So we're just hoping to have a system that is, that is updated regularly, that a wide body of, people the buildings committee can use it to really identify issues and major projects that need to be addressed.
So it sounds like the building committee will lead the way in deciding on what projects, after this full assessment's done, what projects to tackle first, and things that are, say, high priority that need the 3 estimates. We may then go to the select board or to town meeting to get monies for those.
Yep. And
But
well,
some of these smaller things, like this railing thing, we might be able to just deal with without involving anybody but ourselves.
correct.
Okay,
That's the goal, because like one other thing that happened at capital planning, given that it was their last meeting, I presented that so I had told you there's a fund for repairs that's in the budget, and our balance is currently around 20,000. But it looked like with the different projects, the windows, the 2 windows, and then the roof, that we would need all those funds to do those 2 projects. So I put in for another 20,000 for this year to do additional projects, and capital planning supported that.
Oh, good.
Bob seconded it.
Really? Kudos for Bob.
Yep.
maybe he didn't understand what he was seconding.
Oh, good.
No, so that's good. And
So it doesn't sound like we need to make any changes then to our
No,
data sheet.
right. I
Okay,
mean, we would be able to identify
right,
which of these items are, let's say, handyman type repair items,
right.
big ticket items. Okay. All right, well, that was good. So they liked our report. They're happy. But they asked how many of the buildings have we done? Or how many other buildings have we done?
Yeah.
But I neglected to say, we were fairly involved with the Gale and Associates.
I brought
project,
that up later.
but
At some point I did that. You guys had been reviewing proposals and stuff for the roofing project.
We already have a meeting twice a month and I brought that up, so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, they waited 12 years for this, but it's happening. So,
And I did forward the 90% to everybody.
okay.
Okay. Hey, Becky, can you share my screen? I just want to show everyone what I learned how to do.
So I just give you co-host, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Oh, man. Here we go.
You said you sent, what was it, 90%? This is a document?
Yep.
There's 3 documents. There's a,
And
there's a
what's-
revised cost estimate in a letter, that's in a letter that talks about some things they still need. There's specifications, and then there's the bid drawings. 7 sheets.
What can you see on the shared screen right now?
I can see the look at chimney, look at detail 1,
Okay.
detail 2.
So what I figured out is how to add hyperlinks. I didn't have any chimney pictures. And basically you can look at the detail 1 and then you all and select board will be able to click on that entry and get to see my puppy on detail 1. And the same when you scroll down to the second one, another view of puppy. So that's how that's how those details are going to work with the hyperlinks is we can write that in work performed, or we can change work performed to details plus work performed or something like that.
Why don't we have something like photo detail or photo, because that's what really those are taking us to.
Okay, photo details. I just don't want to add any more columns because when
Right.
you look at this thing, it'll be so small you won't be able to read it. So I'll just do photo details / work performed, and then
Well, are you talking about within the box?
yes, within the box.
What if it was just, so for instance, right there, you have detail 1, detail 2.
Yeah.
So each time put a photo in, it would be, in this case, detail 1, detail 2, detail 3.
Yep.
So
then
why
up
not
here-
just,
Up here on work performed, it would, in other words, as a column header, just keep it simple, photo details / work perform.
or why not just photos / work performed?
Okay, yep, that works.
And then it'd just be photo 1, photo 2.
Right, whatever, oh, yeah, whatever it is, whatever we put in there, it's just, we
Okay.
can put it, you can put a sentence in there and highlight each detail and put the hyperlink. We'll go over that another learning lesson, Stephen.
Okay. Well, last night I took all of my notes and I typed them up into a Pages document,
Okay,
so they make sense, but I look forward to our next tutorial.
yep. So that's how I worked that out. We kind of showed that,
Photos doesn't get a apostrophe.
okay. We showed that to the select board and they were pleased with that. I actually showed them the it was this. The library building and how that worked out, so.
Now, when we set that up, that particular one, we didn't have both photos coming up.
Yeah, that's because we set it up as, yeah, we're gonna do it differently next time. That's because it ended up taking the whole album, so we're gonna do it differently and make it easier for
Oh, I see.
those who
So-
look at it, yeah,
If we had 20 photos in the album, they'd all come up.
exactly. So we want to do details and little thing. It just, you know, keep it simple, because the more
Leave
we
that,
put in the-
leave that photo there for a minute, Frank. So Jeff and Anna, you can see the area of the front entry porch / steps that I feel needs some immediate attention. You can see how the carriage has maybe an inch of bearing left on the block there.
Mhm.
Oh, so
Yep.
while we're talking about the library, Frank, last night at the select board meeting, you mentioned about the bathroom for the Spear Library.
Yeah.
Week
Because
or
Mary
so-
Antonellis was on and I don't want her thinking we forgot about her.
Well, she actually, a week or so ago, I spoke with her and I forgot to mention this if it had happened before our last meeting, but she's actually interested in us not pursuing anything at the library for now.
Oh,
You know, her preference is wait until the new library is completed. And one of the reasons she said she's using that bathroom for storage.
okay, that makes life easier. Hey, we can address it when the select board repurposes that building, because if it becomes repurposed, it'll need all the stuff that Marilyn wanted, so good, we can drop that.
Okay. So Becky, tell us about the front door at the town hall. I'm assuming that's the door that you and Grace had to wrestle with.
Wait, no. I'm sorry, I've had a hell of a week. So can you remind me which wrestling match I was in?
Well, you had just maybe within the last week, you called and left a message about you and Grace having to struggle to get
Right.
door closed. And I'm assuming it was the front door.
Okay, so what my confusion with this was at Old Town Hall.
Oh, Old Town.
Old Town Hall.
Ah,
So Grace thought she had fixed the latch on the door by screwing it and tightening it up on Friday. And then she had a report, someone called Leslie Bracebridge to alert her that the doors to Old Town Hall were wide open.
Oops.
So they had popped open. Earlier in the week, we had, when I had tried to close it, it was it's swollen. It's quite swollen. And then on Monday, when we were trying to secure it, part of the problem is that there's two doors that have to fit together when they close. One of them has a metal post where you can make it stationary and make sure it's closed all the way by dropping a metal pin into a little hole.
Mhm.
Well, when we first were looking at it, the metal pin was about a 1/4 inch off from the little hole and would not drop in at all. So that's what we were wrestling. I was able to get that lined up again and drop the pin in. And after that, I slammed the door really hard and it did shut. Grace is terrified to reopen it because it took 2 of us to get it shut. And it's all the critical election ballots are in a vault in that building. So it's important stuff that you don't want raccoons running off with.
And that's the only entry into the building?
The other entry is where there are no steps dropping down on the side of the building. If you drive by, you can see there's like a little doorway comes off, and then there's about 4 or 5 missing steps, and it drops to the ground. So that there is a door there. I have not opened that door in a number of years. I'm not sure if it would fall off or not. It's currently secured.
So,
Yeah, we should take a look at it and just see if we can fix one of the doors. Was there a reason to open both doors? Is it makes it easier to get in and out of there, or it was just,
Yeah, because they're both very narrow doors.
oh, okay. Well, yeah.
so you're saying you need to open both to be able to move things in and out,
Yeah,
but an individual doesn't need to open both to just go in.
Depends who you are.
depends on your size.
Well, I'm assuming that you would be able to get in and Grace would be able to get in without opening the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not carrying a box.
But not
Gotcha.
carrying a box. Yes, I understand the thing. She's carrying all that stuff. So
Right.
maybe we should take a look at it at the end of the week or the beginning next week. And come up with a solution so the raccoons don't get in.
But it's secure now.
Yes.
When does she have to get in again?
Depends on the public record requests.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll be available Friday or Monday.
I guess she'll have to get in around town meeting because of the election.
Yeah.
I would probably be available Monday, but not
Okay.
Friday. I'm gonna be away this weekend, leaving early Friday morning.
Okay, I'll do something Monday. We can coordinate. And you can get a letter sent, Becky?
Yep, and I have the key.
I've only been on the outside. I heard it was quite the interesting building inside, so it'd be nice to see it.
It is a lovely building.
Okay.
But not the very back kitchen. You don't ever want to go back there.
Oh, speaking of kitchen, Frank, we don't have a kitchen section in our spreadsheet. You know, and town hall has the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if we could add,
Yeah,
kitchen, and we could have, cabinets, counter, sink, range, oven,
Refrigerator.
refrigerator. Is there a dishwasher in the town hall?
Yeah. It has not been used for a long time.
Well, when I get to looking at, do you want me to try it or not even try it?
I've been trying to do that. Yeah, we could do it. I'll just get the mop ready.
Okay, dishwasher.
Yeah, I'll come into this town hall and take a picture and then figure it all out from there.
Okay. And maybe, let me see.
Yeah, the kitchen has terrible peeling paint.
Right. Um, Probably going to be busy in the morning on Monday, but maybe sometime in the afternoon.
Yeah,
That
that'll
work for
work.
you, Frank? And
That'll work.
Can you let me know when you're going to?
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh, is that the 3rd?
that's the 3rd, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm taking that as a vacation day.
Okay,
meaning nobody can get us in?
It would depend when you come. Grace might have a key. But if I'm not there, she's gonna have more people to deal with.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
But I can give you the key ahead.
I'll stop by Friday. You can show me are you
Perfect.
are you around Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop by Friday. You give me a quick run over there, look at it, then run back, and then I can show everyone that, and then we can do the kitchen and do all that. Good.
Okay.
how would, do you want to tentatively schedule that we'll meet at Town Hall at 2 o'clock? Would that work for everybody?
Yep.
Jeff?
sure.
Okay.
Good.
So we'll meet at Old Town Hall, correct?
In front of Old Town Hall.
Okay.
Monday at 2.
Yep.
Was that the last item on the list, Stephen?
That's all I have. I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to bring up.
Well, when you talk about reviewing the drawings, I've reviewed the drawings and specs. There's some things that I don't think are correct. How do you guys want to go about the review? And then getting information back to the designers. And Becky, you need to talk to the designers. They think that we're going to give them responses back. And then they're going to put the project out to bid. They don't realize, I don't think they realize that we still don't have the financing before town hall meeting to go with this thing. So they're concerned, they don't understand our schedule. Did you hear that?
The dog?
No.
Becky's screen looks frozen. Yeah,
Yeah, she looks like she's frozen.
Okay. We have to talk about that. She freezes a lot. There's gonna be. Yeah, I still didn't get anything from that drawings either, Jeff.
Hmm?
She said she sent it, but I didn't get anything from,
From her, yeah.
yeah. And not yet.
Frank, can you close your screen, the sharing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, as I was saying, the design, I think you need to have a call with the designers. They're under the impression that they're gonna review, they're gonna revise the drawings based on our comment, and then you're gonna put it out to bid almost immediately. They don't understand that we still have to go to town meeting to get approval for financing, right?
No, we can put it out immediately because the bid will say contingent on annual town meeting funding.
Okay, all right. If that's the case, then they're hot to trot to get our comments back. And I found some things on the drawings that, in the specs that I don't think are correct. But I think you guys need to look at the drawings too, and specs. And we need to figure out how we want to respond to these. So do you guys want to try to look at the drawings in the next few days, and then maybe we should get together? Those of us have had a chance to review them and put together one set of comments.
That works for me.
I can try to look at them tomorrow, but then I'm gonna be out of town, leaving early Friday morning, not home until late Sunday. So at the earliest I could really respond would be, Monday afternoon or after that.
Okay. And Anna, are you going to be looking at them or not?
I can.
Okay, do you want to be part of, because I
Mhm.
I don't know how we want to, I think we need to get together or somehow, yeah, I think we need to get together to review our comments together to make sure we're all agreeing on what we are responding, because I'm seeing some things that don't jive with what we thought we were getting in terms of the specs and the drawings. So I guess I'd say you guys look them over first, and maybe we need to get together like maybe next Wednesday.
Do you think it'd be best in person, or just Zoom would be okay?
I personally, I think it'd be best in person.
We could do a hybrid Zoom meeting at town hall.
Well, do we want to, I think we need to have a meeting. Well, again, you guys haven't had a chance to look at them yet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if we need to have a meeting where we all agree on the approach. And then one of us has a meeting with Gail, or two of us have a conversation with Gail and say, here's what we thought we were getting. This is how we want this modified.
Can we confirm which document we're looking at too? Is this the one from? I'm sorry, I'm trying to look through my emails while we're all talking, but it'd be good to make sure I'm
It's a
looking at.
brand new email. I just sent it.
Oh, just send it. Okay.
Should say it's their 90% submission.
Did you get that email just now, Anna?
No, not just now, but I'll,
No, I haven't seen it yet, since
okay.
Stephen, did you see it?
Well, Frank, what do I do to temporarily leave Zoom and check
you
email?
just scroll down and you'll see across the bottom and just click on Safari.
No, see, right now my whole, oh, wait a minute.
Just hit escape, maybe if you're full
Hold
screen.
on,
just
hold
hit
on.
escape,
Safari
yeah.
came up. Safari came up and then I see mail, so should I just click on mail?
Yep. Click on mail, yep.
Ah, cool. No, I don't have it.
Hmm.
Unless, oh, wait a minute, I have one other possibility.
Yeah, if we get it as a group, I think there's a glitch, or it takes a little time for the,
Okay, I'll try to resend it.
I wish we could do it as a shared doc too.
Okay, it's coming from a different person than normal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the original, but that shouldn't make any difference.
No, it shouldn't. Not in the junk mail either.
The name on the email, well, this one should be from me, but the old one was Patricia Whalen.
Mhm. I'll stop by and look tomorrow. We don't have to waste time now, but I'll stop by and look with you, Becky, tomorrow. Up there it is. How about that? 90%. Okay, yep.
I got it too.
I just heard something. Yep, it just came in.
Great.
Okay, so what are your thoughts, Jeff? Do you want to have a meeting on next Wednesday?
Yeah,
That'd be the 5th, 5:30.
At Town Hall?
yeah, okay.
You guys gonna read all 94 pages?
I already did.
There's a lot of pictures, makes it faster.
Okay,
I like this. I like the last one. There's only 7 pages with details on it.
5th at 5:30.
And tell me again, is this Zoom or in person then, or are hybrid?
Well, I'm thinking let's try to do it in person and somebody bring a freaking computer that we can open up and see the drawings.
I,
Well,
the
let's-
hybrid
no.
meetings, I can put the drawings on the big screen TV.
Oh, we like that.
Okay,
And so I will announce that meeting.
Wonderful.
Is it,
And
is this a public meeting or do we have to have a,
no, this is just us reviewing some drawings.
so we'll consider it like a site meeting, a site visit, right,
This is-
Becky?
It's a working meeting.
Becky's had a long week. Becky's had a long week.
Working meetings are right on the edge. We're better off just to post it.
Okay.
All right,
Is this at
Sorry.
Town Hall?
Yes.
downstairs.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay,
At 5:30, yep. Okay.
I do have one other thing I totally forgotten about, but in looking for the emails, it came up. So just a couple of days ago, I got a email from Dan Hayes, who is, let me read this. I'm reaching out because I want to establish a process for when a capital expenditure or capital project needs to be completed at the school. This would be the elementary school. Can we meet to discuss this? Perhaps the chair of the building committee and I, the chair of the school committee, could connect in order to discuss the need and perhaps a process and bring it to our committee for discussion. So I said, I was available, and then he responded, thanks for your response. How would you like to do this? Would you like to speak to me first? Or do you prefer to attend a school committee meeting? Or would you like us to come to a building committee's meeting? I'm happy to do whatever you like / prefer. So one thought was our normally scheduled meeting 2 weeks from now, they could join. What do you think of that?
and the they is the whole committee, or is the they just Dan?
So can I
Yeah.
speak to this?
Yeah.
So I ended up calling Dan because he was also trying to figure out about the finance director and everything. So I reached out to him and I just said that the building committee, I told him what you guys are working on, the full inventory, but you've been involved in the roof project and projects as they come up. His concern is that there's a proposal. What started all this is the capital planning asked the custodian for additional estimates because he had only given us one estimate. So the building committee asked him for more estimates He was swamped, unavailable. I followed through and got the estimates so capital planning could complete their work. So that's what triggered in his mind. He was thinking that it was the building committee that should be doing the estimates for the school. But this was a capital project request from the school. And it goes through, we have a process where we have a member from the school committee is on the building committee. That's Steve Sullivan.
On the capital
And-
planning committee, yes.
And then he's also on the capital plannings committee. So he really helps facilitate communication between the school and the other two committees. And we're reminded him of that. And we had a long talk. So he was just he wanted you guys to do the estimate since the school couldn't do it. And I said, well, doesn't matter anymore because it's already taken care of. And he said, well, what about in the future? And I said, well, I think it's important for your custodian to know the vendors he's bringing into his building. So that his doing the estimate should probably continue. But then oftentimes if we don't get enough estimates for procurement, I have to go back out and get new estimates if we don't have sufficient and the project gets voted by town meeting. So the long and short of it is Dan, he decided to drop moving forward on that. And as there already are some pieces in place. And I told him as the building committee finishes their whole inventory, they would share that with the school committee as well as, the select board. And then conversations could pick up at that point about any additional process that he might want to have. But both Dan is not running again, so he's not going to be on the school committee after town meeting. And he was so I was just trying to stop something before it got too confused.
So should I respond to him at all?
I thought there was an email. I thought he sent you an email saying that he had talked with me and that he wasn't going to pursue it.
Hang on, I don't think so. Well, the one that
And the other thing is, I did not really like his idea about two committee chairs meeting privately to scope out something that could impact very significant committees. That was, I discouraged that approach.
the email that I read to you, thank you for your response. How would you like to do this? That his response came to me on Tuesday, the 28th, and I haven't received anything else from him.
Okay. All right, so he did include buildings at shutesbury.org.
Well, that's what I'm looking at.
Hello, Becky called me today. She explained the building committee has reorganized. They are doing inventory of all the town buildings and assessing needs. They will be formulating protocols on how to address those needs. We look forward to working with the buildings committee to establish best practices and protocols so that we can be efficient partners in taking care of the school building and its surroundings. We continue to appreciate our good working relationships with Capital Planning Committee, the Finance Committee, and Town Administrator. And that was the last email that I saw.
Okay. So should I respond to him at all, or just, it sounds like, based on what you've said, that we're not going to meet?
Right. Not in
That's,
private.
Not in private.
Public?
Public is good. I don't know why I'm like that, but no, public meetings are best.
Yep.
I have no problem with that.
Cool. And I'm
But-
gonna
but-
forward this to the whole building committee.
But should I respond to him at all is really the point. Because I haven't, he didn't send me this other email, which,
I think he thought he did,
but
because
it's,
he sent it to buildings@shutesbury.org. I'll forward this to you.
Yep.
Because he sent it to like 20 people.
anybody else get it?
Well, hopefully this email I'm forwarding goes through faster than the last one.
Okay,
So I think that's fine. If you want to just say, acknowledge that you're the chair and that you look forward towards a good working relationship, that would be great.
but, so since the last thing I got was, how do you want to do this? I'm just going to say that, should I say that
Becky figured it all out and we're all good.
Becky doesn't want us getting together?
No, that's not true.
In
I'm happy
private.
for everyone to do it publicly.
Well, I could just say that based on information that Becky provided, at this point, we're not going to be pursuing this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, and it'll come together like he said in his email. And as we move into the new year, I'm sure.
It'll all change.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
okay. Anything else, anyone?
The only thing I've got is I dropped off the door closer.
Oh, great.
And it's back.
Oh, it's back already. Oh,
It was, it showed up, I think, last Wednesday. It only took him a couple of days.
well, I dropped it off on Tuesday.
Well, maybe it was Friday, but no, it came in the mail
Yeah,
last
did.
week.
I did say it was gonna be quick.
And the shipping was only like $16 or $15.
Wonderful. Well, maybe not until sometime next week, but can come up and reinstall it.
It appears to be heavier now, so
Filled with
Well,
oil.
yeah, that would be wonderful.
Okay, well, come up and I'll heft it, and if it feels too heavy, I'll get request assistance.
Good plan.
Okay. So do I hear a motion that we close this meeting?
I motion we close the meeting.
Second,
Okay.
roll call.
And again, I.
Bush eye.
Cook eye, do I have to say it again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't worry, we're still going to end.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Good
Thank
night.
you.
See
Right,
Good
you,
night.
see you next Wednesday.
and Monday.
And Monday.
Right.
Okay.
That's not a open meeting.
That's just yep. Okay.
All right.
Go.
Night.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you so much, everyone.
Mhm.
Welcome. Bye.